La 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 la. La 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 la. She really hates him, it's really true.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. How you doing today?
Are you talking to me?
You and the public and the listener.
Oh.
Well, welcome My Wife Hates Me podcast. Oh, I got so much to go over. Not
Hi,
so
Bonnie.
much.
How are you? Oh,
I
good.
said that to you. How
No,
are
didn't.
you?
You said it to them. And then
I go to you and them, and you didn't answer. How you doing today, Bonnie? Why is the dog barking?
I guess there's. What do you think it is? If you had to guess,
Either a package or somebody's ringing the bell.
do you hear a bell?
Would you hear the bell down here?
Yeah.
Have you heard it down here?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go with the package then. I ordered a mini vacuum for my car, and that's it.
Allie's really defending.
What if somebody's breaking in?
Well,
Then we'll finally have a guest.
we'll have a good podcast finally.
All right, let me discuss my Texas trip and Louisiana. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah. Again, yes.
Again? All right, so last week I flew into Houston. This comic, Jason Leonard, picked me up. He's from Lafayette. He does comedy, and he has a club out there, Lafayette Comedy Club. So we drive from Houston to Austin, so I can do Wednesday night. When I first got to Austin, I had maybe an hour to spare, and I went over to Dr. Drew's studio where he does his podcast, and I guess the other two do their podcast.
Christina and Tom.
This is an amazing building. I mean, not as nice as this, but it's an amazing building.
That's a joke, right? But you gave no indication of it.
Oh, really? You couldn't tell that was a joke?
I couldn't. It was hard. You gave no indication that was a joke.
go an amazing building, but not as nice as this.
I know, but you're always saying about how great your house is, so it would be hard to tell. Because also, if people don't know what the facility is, okay, go ahead. All right.
No. If you don't think that was me making fun of this,
I think it was, but listen, it didn't come across as a joke. That's all I'm saying. So I was just clarifying. That's all. We don't have a great place, and they have a really phenomenal one. So there you go.
it's a real building and a studio with lights and producers and a sound room. And she has her own. Does she do a podcast by herself
Yes.
too?
Mhm.
She has her own desk with her chair probably costs more than our whole studio. It's amazing. But you know what?
What's the silver lining here for us?
You can, and I'm not saying them, but in general, you could drive the nicest car in the world and still not be happy. I'm sure
That's like the thing that people always do to rich people. They always go, well, but are they happy? I bet they are.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's like,
I'm
I'm going to be happy. The more money I get, the happier I get. I tell you that.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I guess they're happy. Anyhow,
I mean, it is just a thing that poor people say to make themselves feel better. Well, are they happy? It's like, are you happy? You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah. Well, and then I did Dr. Drew's podcast, which was fun. It was good. He's fucking smart as fuck. He's a doctor, I think.
oh, you think maybe?
Well, some people go doctor and they're not doctors.
I don't think people actually say that. Maybe Dr. Phil, I think, is the only one.
Really?
I think everyone else, you have to actually be a doctor.
You have to be a doctor?
I think Dr. Phil actually has a doctorate, though. So he is technically, like my sister Andrea is a doctor. She's got a doctorate.
She's only had it for a week, so relax.
She just got it, but it's like, it's a long, lengthy process.
So I hear.
She had to go get her master's, then she had to go get her doctorate. Oh, it's like,
Oh, yeah.
just finished.
Well, Dr. Drew is fucking smart. I mean, so is Dr.
Doctorate.
And I brought up Dr. Steve. I can't believe Dr. Drew didn't know Dr. Steve. Come on. How do you not know Dr. Steve? Because Dr. Steve is
Sounds
pretty
like
smart.
maybe some professional jealousy going on, and Dr. Drew is pretending to not know Dr. Steve.
I would like to see them have a doctor off to see who's a little smarter. Who do you? I don't know. I would have to go. Dr. Drew was smart, but Dr. Steve is
He knows
really
everything.
smart. And Dr. Steve, well, they're both.
Okay.
Neither of them are funny. So you got to be funny on, like, Dr. Drew is smart and he carries his podcast, but believe you me, I was funny. Anyhow, so that night, Wednesday night, I had a door deal at Vulcan. Have you been to Vulcan when you were in Austin?
I did not go.
Not once.
I saw a picture. Actually, Joe showed me a picture on his phone. He was like,
Joe who?
Joe Rogan.
Oh.
For some reason. I don't know why.
Well, I've done Vulcan. I did Kill Tony there. It was fucking mobbed. And I did their show there. I don't know if it was Red Band show, whatever. And it was packed. So I said, yeah, I'll do a door deal. Anyhow, since they don't do any more shows there, they didn't really do a lot of promotion. To be truthful, I got 50 people in, and they were all fans, and it was a great show. Red Band hosted, Jason from Lafayette middled, I closed, no guest spots.
Did you have to say that you closed? Was that?
Oh, you're right. I headlined, and it was only 50 people, and I wasn't that upset because I knew I had a theater the next night and then Houston, and they were great. I did over, an hour, and they were 90% fans. So, but if Vulcan would have really pushed it, it could have been packed, but it wasn't. Anyhow, so I went over to we went to Rogan's Club, the mothership. This fucking place is amazing. Like, more comics, well, not more comics. Certain comics, when they open a club, do the right thing. Like, his staff was super nice. They all, like, the bouncers were nice. The people that worked there.
Oh, you're saying if a comedian is the owner, it's
know
a better club because they know how comedians like to be treated.
Yes, and how people like to be treated.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so if a comedian opens a club,
why don't club owners know how people like to be treated?
I have no fucking idea. If every club treated you the way the Rogan's Club treated you, it'd be a dream to to work these. And his club, they were all nice. The bouncers, hey, how you doing? Can I whatever? Just completely nice. So we went up to the fucking dressing room. Big screen TVs. There was a spread of food, all barbecue, no turkey or chicken. No turkey or chicken. I had a little saliva when I said chicken.
Why didn't you look up a little once?
No
in a while?
turkey or
you're
chicken.
Talking a lot, so you got to look in the camera every once in a while.
There was a spread of food. We get there. Everybody's fucking nice. Tony was there. I don't know the other people. There were comics in there. Rogan was in there. Me and like, they know me. They were super nice to Jason. They don't know him. I brought him in. He's a comic. So I went on. Joe goes, "You want to go on?" I go, "Yeah." And in my head, I'm going, "Oh fuck, this is the." There's always that show in the back of your head where you're gonna go, "I'm gonna fucking melt down" or something. Or,
yeah, I don't think that anymore.
You don't ever think that?
I just don't see how it's possible to do worse than I've done in the past. You know what I mean? It's like I've already hit the bottom. There's no.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't.
Yeah. See, you're still waiting for it.
Huh?
I've had bad shows consistently for years. So
you're used to it.
It's not that. I just don't think that anything could really throw me anymore.
Well, okay. When I did,
even at Rogan, I mean, I'd want to do well, in front of a lot of other comics, of course, but you know, I don't know. I have a hard time even getting a little bit nervous for things. The only thing that really gets, like, if I think somebody famous or important is in the audience,
Yeah, that gets me.
no, that gets me excited to do it. Like I don't even get nervous about that. I'm just like, okay, good. Somebody finally can see this.
Well, he asked
Genius at work.
me to go on because they were fucking fuming that Vulcan did no advertisement for me. They go, how the fuck could you not sell it out? I go, we've done all the promotion we could on our end. So he said, you want to do a guest spot? And of course I wanted to do a guest spot. This fucking club there's 2 rooms. There's a major gigantic room and then I didn't even go into the other room. And the major room has like these 2 balconies for VIP, you know, I guess. And so I went on. Tony gave me this fucking intro, a great intro. Joe was filming. And I went on. I had a good set. It was okay. It was decent. I liked it. I didn't know they were watching me, the comics. If I knew that, then I would have gone like, oh, God, do I perform to comics or the audience? But I always perform to the audience. You know what I mean? I would have thrown some more inside, 1 or 2 inside things in. You know what I mean? Like I do, you know, for comics. Like I'll throw something in for them. Anyhow, it was a great set, a good set. You know, it was a good set. I think I did 15 minutes in the time. You can see that light, the camera like that, boom. And I was like, fuck, this crowd is amazing. Then Joe went on, and I have not sat, you know, I don't sit and watch a whole set of, you know, comics. I'll watch like a few minutes but the last full sets I watched of comics, Shane Gillis, I watched his whole set one time at the Stress Factory. I'm going, holy fuck, did he get good? I watched Chris Porter in Vegas. I'm going, this fucking guy's funny. I watched, why can't I think of his name right now? He was on Crowder or something. Anyhow, I forget his name. I got to think of it because he was really funny. And then I watched Rogan's set, and I'm watching him fucking kill, and it kind of rejuvenated me to watch him. You know, look, I just finished putting out my 7th album, and you go, do I keep going? Do I keep writing? Do I keep doing new stuff? And then I'm watching him, and he's just killing it. And the materials, besides personal and topical, which is the kind of comedy I like. You know, there's great comedy, but I love when someone is personal. I like when they're topical, especially personal, because you walk out, you know that person. Anyhow, we watched his whole set. He fucking destroyed. And I'm not just saying that because who he is. You know, if I didn't think he destroyed, I wouldn't have said I watched it. He fucking destroyed. It was good material. And I've never watched him do it. You know, at the store, we might have watched a couple minutes, but where am I going to have a chance to see him?
Yeah.
I know I'm talking a lot. So that experience was great. The club was great. I had fun. The comics were nice. Everybody that worked there was nice. They went downstairs after it to the bar downstairs. We didn't stay long. I was fucking exhausted. I flew in that day. So it was a lot of fun. It was good. And then I'm doing a weekend there. So then the next day we had to drive to Lafayette, Louisiana. 6 hours.
So wait, just to keep up with this story.
What?
The first part of the story, Act 1, is you killing at Rogan's club.
No, I didn't say me killing. I said I did okay.
Okay,
I always said how nice to.
Okay.
Oh my God!
I'm just trying to keep up at how good Rogan is. Okay, and then
no,
now,
I didn't say how good. I'm saying.
I'm wondering where Act 2 is going.
Well, hold on. I'm saying what?
I don't see any turning point.
Well, first of all, you never watch anybody and got. I mean, listen.
I watch everyone, by the way. Oh, so you know.
You watch everyone?
A lot. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not me. Because I ad lib a lot and I don't want to pick things up.
I don't even give a shit about that.
Well, I do. anyhow,
Because I just feel like I'm smart, so I'm probably not going to do it. And I have a very specific way of doing comedy, so it's probably not going to happen. But if you're the kind of person who can just pick up other people's stuff and do it, then I wouldn't watch it either.
I've never done that in my life.
You seem like you're the kind of person who does it. At least that's the excuse you give for not watching other people's comedy.
Are you fucking saying I do crowd work, so I don't want to subconsciously think, did I think of that? Look, I know a major comic comes up to me and goes, do you do this bit or does he do this bit? When your brain works like mine, okay,
I'm just saying my brain doesn't.
Yeah, my brain works different than your brain. And I wasn't saying, I'm saying how
I like watching comedy because I like comedy. So I like watching it and I like finding out what other people are doing and how it's evolving and changing over time and what's sort of the new style and all that kind of stuff.
There's no new style. It's my style. It's me. If you don't have your own style. What's that noise?
It's this back of his chair. But listen, I don't know why you're getting
because you just called me saying
I'm not. You're taking it personally. I'm saying what I do, and you're saying what you do.
You're saying if you're the kind of guy that can pick stuff.
I mean, I was being a little passive aggressive then because I do think it's an excuse to not have to watch other people.
I've been doing this.
I'm not going to watch you because I tend to steal.
No, it's not.
I'm not going to watch other comics because I steal stuff. I'm not going to watch other movies because I steal stuff. I'm not going to first of all,
that's not what I'm saying.
Okay. I know that's not what you mean to be saying, but that is essentially what you're saying.
What I'm saying is, one, I've been doing comedy 40 years. I've seen a lot of comedy.
So then be honest. Go, I don't like watching comedy anymore. I'm tired of it.
That's not true saying I don't like watching. I just told you I watch certain people.
But to say that I'm scared of picking stuff up,
I'm not
that's
scared.
Kind of ridiculous.
I'm not scared.
I'm afraid of my own kleptomania.
I'm not scared. At all, okay?
Okay.
First
You're
of
not
all,
going to steal other
you've
people's
seen
stuff.
me for fucking years. Have you ever seen me touch on somebody else's bit or something?
We all do.
I don't.
First of all, there's a collective consciousness that we're all fucking getting ideas from. So yes.
No.
Yes, there's a thing called parallel thinking. You've never done it?
Very seldom. Okay. Of course, if I talk about kids, other people talk about their kids. If I talk about recovery, other people talk about recovery. Yeah. There's certain topics.
You really think everything that you say is highly original? I'm gonna just break it to you, and I don't want you to get upset, but it's not. No one's is.
No one. Oh, really?
No, we're all talking about the same shit. You're just doing it from your perspective, and I'm doing mine from my perspective.
Oh, really?
I'm not saying you don't have any original thoughts. I'm saying most of it is the same stuff we're all talking about: kids, marriage, family, dating, penis size. It's all.
I never talk about penis size.
Okay.
And I don't do.
Why are you getting so worked up?
Because
obviously the penis size thing was a little bit of a joke. Keep things light. And then I'm not specifically talking about you 100%.
And I talked about Austin, the overall experience, and you broke it out into two things. I killed and he killed. Is that what? That's not what I said.
Okay, I said to clarify, so clarify it.
Okay. Did I say how great and how much fun the club was? Did I say Vulcan? Did I talk about Vulcan? That it went well, but I wish there was more people and everybody did well on the show. Red Band and Jason. Yes, I talked about that. I talked about Dr. Drew. Yes, I talked about doing his podcast. I talked about his club, how nice it is, how it just, even how the looks, it's a fucking great setup. That's all. And look, when I worked, even though it was in Pittsburgh at the Improv, I had great crowds and it kind of rejuvenated me. Certain things rejuvenate me after doing comedy for so fucking long, putting out 7 albums. You're going, oh, what do I do next? Well, guess what? Work on my 8th album. That's it. So, and what I did at Rogan's Club, I did like new stuff up front, like a couple new bits up front, in a packed sold out room. I go, what, these are bits, but they're working, they're new. And when I watched him, yes, it rejuvenated me a little. because he's been doing comedy a while, and you could see he was excited to be on stage. Okay, because certain people that have been doing it as long as him, you, people tend to get complacent, and people tend to get burnt out. People tend to just coast at the end. I've seen people that I did comedy with 20 years ago are still doing the same material now. So when you see somebody that's been doing it as long as him, you, myself, whoever, doing new stuff and working, it kind of gives you motivation. That's all. And, it was good to see somebody that's not burnt out doing comedy. Does that make sense?
Much deeper take, yeah.
It's pretty deep, isn't it? I'm fucking deep at sometimes. I get deep. People don't know that about me. So it was a good experience. It was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to going back. But I'm going back on my birthday, June 30th. I'm working June 30th, July 1st, and July 2nd. And that guy Adam was there from the Comedy Store. Nice, super nice. So it was a good experience. That's all. So then the next night we drive. The next day we drive to Lafayette, 6 hours. I get to this place. Did I tell you about the dressing room, the food in the dressing room in Lafayette? Well, they go, "What do you want?"
Yeah.
They go, "What do you want in the dressing room?" I don't know, like a platter with turkey and tuna, and whatever. Not much, just a platter of turkey. And I get there. There's a cheese and fruit platter. No crackers. There's those boxes of tuna, like the fallout shelter boxes of tuna. You know what I mean? When you there's three, and I go to the girl. There's no crackers. She goes, "There's crackers in those boxes. There's like two." And this fucking, the audience was so white. It looked like I was going to do PowerPoint. Anyhow, it was fun. They were there to have a good time. You can't when I used to do sales, you cannot prejudge a sale. Like you cannot prejudge an audience. They were fun. Then we drove all the way to Houston, and this club, The Riot, the guy remodeled his club, and it's a real comedy club. It's great. It was that was great. It was 4 shows.
Rich, I mean,
it was just a
if
good
you're not
week.
going to edit yourself, I can't, I don't know what to do. I'm sitting here being like, well, at some point he'll either look into the camera, try to be dynamic,
I'm
interesting.
dynamic.
No, you're doing this. This is you.
And then
I'm very
mean,
dynamic.
it's like,
I'm
no.
more dynamic than I was about Austin than I am Houston. But Houston was great. The
Yeah, but
audience
who
was great.
cares? Like, honestly, do you? I'm dying to know why you think every single step of your. It's not something you laid in bed at last night thinking about. Like, you know what? This is an interesting thing I'm going to bring up on the podcast. This will get people thinking about life or us or whatever.
Well, they wonder.
No, they don't care about every show that you do. How many people were there? If you did okay, pretty good, not bad, killed, destroyed. If the people were white or a little mixed, or it doesn't it's
Lafayette was all white. There was one black couple.
It doesn't. Do you understand how it doesn't matter at all?
Yeah, it does.
Like you're just sitting
I'm
there
painting
and
a picture.
and you're looking at the monitor so you can see me. You can see me just sitting here like this.
Because you're not asking any questions.
Yes, because I'm trying to get you to stop talking. I'm trying to get you to look over and go, hey, what about this? Or maybe you are getting to something interesting. I don't know. But it's wild that you think this is like, what are you doing in the world that we were on the phone yesterday with a mortgage lender, right? Is that right? Whatever. We're buying a house. We're on the phone with this mortgage woman that Rich knows. How do you know her?
I've known her for years.
Just because she did your first?
No, I known her for
Condo?
like 30 years.
Like
She
you
was-
went to high school with her mom or something?
Oh, Hardy Har. That's funny.
No, she seems young. She's got a picture on the bottom of the email.
She was married to Bob Levy, and she was.
Oh shit! I have
Then
no
she was
idea.
married to the other guy I played golf with.
I
I
was.
used to play golf with.
That's wild. Okay.
Kevin.
So anyway, she's asked me to wet sign something, which I didn't know what wet sign was. Now I had an idea that it was like you actually had to physically sign it, but I wanted Rich to call her just to find out. So
Oh,
Rich,
really? A website? You couldn't look it up on Google?
I probably could have. You're right. I should have done that. So, but there was like a couple other questions we needed to ask her. So you called her. Okay. Now she brings up something that you already know. Okay.
Yeah.
So I can hear her because it's on speaker. And she says, oh, okay. First she explains wet sign. Yeah, you got to print it out and sign it and then send it back. And you're like, yeah. Okay. You're trying to get off the phone. Then she goes, oh, blankety blank about something else, some other form of income. She needs to see some statements. And she goes, do you know blankety blank? And you go, yeah, I know.
I did not.
You did. And then you caught yourself and you go, no, I know about that. And then you're like, just trying to get her off the phone. And I said, why were you being kind of rude? You go, she'll talk forever. It's like, what are you doing? Like, isn't that kind of amazing that you'll just talk endlessly about stuff? But the minute somebody says 2 words extra that you don't feel like hearing, you're like, gotta go. Done. This person talks too much.
First of all,
Endless. You go, she'll just talk if you let her. What about you?
I'm entertainment.
But you're not entertaining.
Yes, I am.
So there's
People
like
wanna
a
know.
huge.
I could have stopped the story in Austin, but there was more.
Well,
And
you
I
could have
don't-
just done it a little more interesting. You're like,
I was very interested.
you're literally not looking. So there's no engagement going on. And then you're like,
Well, most of the
and then
people
your
listen
voice-
to podcasts.
okay. But even the voice was like, you can hear the juices starting to rattle in there. You don't hear it and swallow. It's like, oh no, I just did it. And then your gum is like rattling around.
No.
And you're going slow and you're going for long periods of time. Like, how does that translate in your own mind to like, I bet they're eating this shit up. I bet this is real good. I'm gonna talk about how many seats were left open in the front row. That's gonna get them. Boy, that's gonna really
Oh, Vulcan. Oof.
like the VIP seating.
Oh, that was fucking nice. There was 2 fucking balconies that you're sitting there. You feel like the royal family up
Again,
there.
why the talking down? The
You feel like the royal
The
family.
microphone picks up. You could actually move the microphone.
I'm telling you, in his club, there's 2 like balconies, and you sit up there. You're like, you either feel like the royal family, or maybe the Steinbrenners or something. Like you own a team. Or
I guess I didn't get through, folks. I'm sorry. And here he is again.
I'm just
Richard
saying.
Voss. No, go ahead. Tell us your second most boring story, I guess.
I don't have.
What is
any
your
boring-
second most boring
My first story was pretty fucking exciting.
It's exciting because
The
it's
people
about
want to know.
No,
People
this-
want to know.
This is why
It wasn't about me.
this is exciting.
No.
This is why that story was exciting to you, because Joe liked it. That you got a great intro. So really you're trying to do, which you left out, which you shouldn't have left out, because that's the basis of the story, is that everyone was calling you a legend and telling you how
No.
great you are. And that's why you like that story. But that's the part you're leaving out because you don't want to seem like you're bragging. But really, that's the only interesting part of that story.
That's not true. I said, you just gave me an intro. A dumb intro. They give me an intro. No one calls me. That's just.
An icon and a legend. You
Yeah,
liked it.
I said during the video, I go, I don't need that pressure. Although the audience seemed like they knew me when I walked out. That was pretty fucking cool.
Right
What?
there.
Right there, what? What?
There it is. That's the reason he told the story, because
What?
the feeling of that going on stage there felt really good, and he wants to
felt
relive
good.
it. But he's not reliving it exactly for the audience, for you guys, because he doesn't want to seem like he's bragging.
I'm not bragging. I'm just saying It was a fun experience, the whole thing.
But you
Why-
see why it wasn't interesting to anyone else.
Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
Okay, I'm gonna have Lori call you, our mortgage woman. I'm gonna have her call you and tell you this story back to you, and just to see if you hang up on her or what happens there.
First of all, I'm sorry that I had a good experience and liked it, and you
Then show that you like it. You weren't even showing that. You were
I
just
was.
like, I mean, at the good club. And
I said it was a great class. I didn't.
when you started talking about the balconies the second time, that had a
I
little
said-
juice to it. That
I
had a
said-
little juice to it.
I said they were for fucking VIP. You don't know what a VIP is?
No,
Okay, very
a
important
VIP.
person.
What's a VIP?
A very important person. That's what they are. I mean, we sat up in the balcony. Me and Jason. And I don't. You never hear me say I watch a comic to an hour. I watch. It's just sometimes.
Oh God,
Have
I
you-
don't want you. Why would you go back into it? Hi, note for you and your stories and stuff. Boring. Okay, let me do it again exactly as I did it before. This should get them. For them to hear it twice, I think they're going to get it. I think they're really going to pick up this time.
I don't think it was that boring.
Well, let's move on. Let's move on from your Houston trip. I mean, the Houston part was
Well, you said
Act 2 was horrific.
No, it's a new club. It was an old club that the guy
I
remodeled.
don't care. I'm not putting down the club. I'm not putting down Joe
And,
Rogan. I'm not putting down the Vulcan. I'm not putting down the mothership. I'm not putting down Houston. I'm not putting down the people.
Lafayette.
The only
You left
thing
Lafayette.
Lafayette I'm putting down. The only thing that I'm putting down is you. Okay? So that's it. No one else is to blame for this horrific storytelling.
Horrific.
And I love that you're like, I'm good at telling stories. You think you are. That's the most amazing part of it.
I'm pretty. Yeah.
And most people who, when they think they are something, they actually are. It just will be the thing that they think. Not you. No, it's like almost like you don't even, the laws of nature don't apply to you.
That's crazy. I paint a picture.
What do you mean you paint a picture?
When I tell a story, you can see it.
Oh no, it sounds like you're painting a picture with your mouth juices. That's what it sounds like. Yeah, you're painting a picture. He's spitting on canvas.
That's nice. It's nice.
Well, you legitimately spit on me.
I didn't spit on you.
You just did it again.
No, I didn't. Now I'm going to have a piece of gum because you got me all rattled.
Oh, you can't go another 15 minutes without gum. Come on. Come on.
What?
Do you
No.
respect your listeners? Do you like your listeners?
No.
Do you want to make more money at this podcast?
Oh, do you know who came
Okay,
up?
stop. Don't do it. You can not do it.
I can.
You're not that big of an addict. What were you going to say? Are you going to cry now?
Why would
Because
I?
you can't get your gum?
I'm not going to cry.
Wow, the amount of you really are an addict through and through. Last night when I was watching you eat, I was like, is this addiction behavior?
I was hungry. I walked fucking 9 miles yesterday.
When you were eating your ice cream, I was gonna shove this food down your throat. I was like,
Oh, really? As you're fucking eating fucking popcorn and fucking
fucking what? An orange?
popcorn. It's not an orange, it's a tangerine. Don't you know the difference between an orange and a tangerine? I know so much, but I don't know the fucking difference between an orange and a tangerine.
I think either is fine to say. But
No, it's not an orange.
yeah, I think a tangerine is in the orange family, so it's okay to say.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like saying big cat instead of saying lion.
Well, I can never admit I'm wrong by Bonnie McFarlane.
I'm just
Never
saying
wrong.
to say like that I'd be mad that I said orange instead of tangerine.
I'm not mad. I'm just saying I'm pointing something out, You think you're the smartest person on the planet.
I don't. I think
You're
I'm
pretty-
the smartest person in this house.
She's so dumb. She tells me to
Raina's not
call people. Then I call them, and she sits there and tries to dictate what I say on the call that she
Because
won't
you
make.
don't let people. You don't let people talk. You don't listen. You just keep talking.
That's not true. Well, what do you
Well,
got
what? This is the first time you've been quiet all day.
all day? See how she exaggerates? All day. I got up, took my daughter to the doctor, drove her to school, came home and lay down for another 45 minutes. But I've been talking all day. I barely talked at all today. I'm talking on the podcast, but
Well,
Miss
if I want you to
Exaggerates.
talk, I'll just put it. You know what I'll do? I'm going to do now.
I'll put a mic in front of me.
I'm going to put a mic on the dinner table.
Well, see how she got out of her exaggeration?
Well,
So,
because okay,
I thought-
I knew I was exaggerating, but the reason is actually for a literary reason, so that I wouldn't say podcast again.
You can't win with her. You can't win.
I'm
You
not
can't
trying
win.
to win. I'm just
I know.
telling
I
you
just
the honest
you can't
truth.
win. You know, she called me a thief. I have 7 albums. Where the fuck?
I didn't call you a thief. I was trying to show you how dumb it is to say I don't watch people because I'm scared to pick up. That's an
Not
excuse.
scared to pick up.
That's an excuse so that you don't have to watch people. Somewhere along the way, you said it, it worked, people believed it, and then you just went on with it. But really, the truth is, I don't like watching other comics. I only like me.
Is that true? I like.
Well,
that.
99% of it is just me going on, doing stand-up. That's what I like about stand-up. Other people like other people.
I like talking comedy. I could sit
Okay,
with comics.
okay, sure.
I could talk comedy all night
Sure,
long. Can
yeah.
I? Yes or no?
Not about other people's acts
That's
because you
not
don't
true.
watch it.
That's not true. I'll talk about other people's.
Yeah,
acts.
even if you don't know what they do.
I hear when I listen to serious comedy radio, I hear comedy.
Okay.
And there's certain comics I'll listen to, certain I'll cut off.
I'm just saying. it's
So
like
don't
it's-
act like
it's-
I'm not in
it's-
touch. You're saying I'm not in touch with the reality, with the
I
times.
never said that. I'm saying you're not in touch
the
with
times.
what you really are doing. What you're
Yes.
really doing is avoiding watching other people
No,
by
I've listened to
So
it.
you say, so you go, so people go, did you watch his hour special? I hear you all the time. I don't watch comedy because I don't want to pick up.
I
stuff.
don't say
It's
that.
like the truth is you don't like watching other comedians on TV because you get jealous.
It's because I get jealous. No, that's not true
You
at
won't
all.
watch other comedy movies if there's comedians
That's
in
not
it.
true. I've watched 1,000,000 comedy movies. I can take a million.
Anytime someone shows up in a movie that we know, you go, ugh.
No, if it's certain people, so not all people. Are you kidding me?
They said in the show that we were watching last night, Caroline Ray, which was very funny, and I loved that she got that shout out. Was it Barry? Yeah, it was
Yeah.
in Barry. And they said, oh, am I a comedian? Am I Caroline Ray? And you go, did they just say Caroline Ray? And I was like, I had to kind of shift your thinking a little bit. I was like, no, it's really cool. It's good that they said that. And then you were like, fine with it. But in the beginning, you were like, oh,
No.
should have been my name.
No, that's not true. But when it comes to funny,
Caroline Ray is very funny.
I didn't say she wasn't funny. I haven't seen her. I don't really.
I mean,
watch
she
that
doesn't
much.
like you.
She doesn't like me because I said something funny to her
Right.
during last
right.
comic.
She's
She's held this fucking grudge.
Yes, right. I agree.
You know,
And I also think she has like an issue just with
What?
certain kinds of men in general.
what? Funny men, aggressive men.
I don't know. Maybe she's been hurt or something. I don't know.
We've all been hurt. I don't hate women.
A little bit.
No, are you kidding me? When have I ever said anything mean or done anything mean towards women? I'm always a woman player, team player. That's it. And I listen to comedy on Sirius. There's certain comics that I love listening to. Fucking Stanhope, Maria Bamford. Do you want me to name a list?
No,
of
I don't
people
want you to
I
list
listen to?
unless you feel you need to list. You haven't listed yet today.
Huh? Fucking Stanhope. I can listen to him all night. I like Maria Bamford. Todd Glass. Todd Glass is better in person, right?
Mm-hmm. He's
better
hilarious.
or Eddie Pepitone.
Mhm.
And these are considered alternative comics.
Gary
in your
Goldman.
film. Gary Goldman, right? I've listened to some of his bits multiple times. And I already know the
Jeanine
bit.
Garofalo, one of your favorites.
She's one of my favorites. I'll go down and watch her.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you'll go down on her.
No. I'll go down and watch her when she's on stage. I think,
I
yeah,
had no idea Lori was married to Bob Levy.
yeah.
Wow.
And most of the comics I've mentioned like I said, were considered alternative comics. But then you get to comics, that are, Colin and Patrice and Bobby and Jim and myself.
I love though that you always
DeRosa.
once the list starts, you can't stop, because what if you forget someone and then you
No.
run into them and they go, "Hey, I heard you listing all these comics you like, and then I wasn't on that list."
Who did I miss? But I didn't miss any
Me?
people. I said,
No, I don't care.
DeRosa.
People are always like, "You're not going to go watch Rich," or or Rich isn't going to go watch you. It's like we've been there, we've done that. you
Yeah.
know? That's like,
Have you watched DeRosa lately? Very fucking
oh no,
funny.
I see him all the time. He's hilarious.
He's fucking a good comic. It's just that his personality and his demeanor is horrific. But he's a fucking great comic.
I honestly think
who's
the
funny?
audience,
Kurt
when
Metzger. Kurt
he's
Metzger.
very funny too.
Kurt Metzger is fucking funny.
When you say Kurt Metzger, you have to say Annie Letterman. Very funny.
I've never seen Annie stand up.
Oh, she's really, really funny.
I've done roast battle with her. She's pretty quick.
She's one
judge.
of the quickest people. Honestly, she's so quick and funny.
Eleanor's very funny.
Eleanor's funny. Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, I could go on and on. So don't say I don't know comedy. I know comedy.
I never said you don't know comedy.
You said I don't watch. I listen.
I said, no, listen, take it in. I said, you saying I don't watch
Okay.
comedy because I might take something is an excuse to get around watching people that you don't feel like watching. And when you say it, it always kind of bugged me because that's not true. And I know that it's not true.
Have you ever had someone
Because
go,
you obviously listen to it in the car. You obviously watch the people that you like, and you're not worried about stealing them. What sane human being that doesn't steal stuff would steal other people's material? That makes no fucking sense.
I do a lot of ad-libbing.
It doesn't matter. Even if you're ad-lib, that was the excuse that they always gave to Robin Williams. But that was a bullshit excuse too. Because if you're in the fucking mode of I won't use somebody else's joke, you won't use someone else's joke.
I couldn't
If you're in the
see
mode
doing
of
that.
I don't care what comes into my head, I'm saying it, then you might say someone else's joke. But that's only because you don't care and you didn't put the filter up.
Well, I have a thick filter.
You have a thick filter, so don't worry about it.
I'm not worried about it. I told you I've been doing comedy.
So
4
then when
years.
the next time somebody says, why don't you watch other people's acts?
I watch some I watch. I
Then
just
what
told
are you gonna say? Oh, I'm scared of stealing.
No, I'm not scared of stealing ever.
It's like saying I don't go into stores because I'm scared of stealing. It's like, well, you're in charge.
First of all, you've come up to me and go, did I think of this?
Yes, absolutely. We
You
all
go.
do it.
Go, did I think of this or is this somebody else's?
Right, but is
Have
there
you
an
ever said-
irrational fear of me doing all of someone else's jokes on stage? No.
All of them? Who said misexaggeration?
If I did one line of that somebody else had done, that seems pretty normal, natural. That doesn't seem like you're stealing. That seems like, and if somebody came up and said, hey, so-and-so does that, you'd be like, oh, or you'd be like, did I think of that? No, I didn't. Okay, I'm not going to do it again. You wouldn't have some irrational, I'm scared I'll steal their
I never said I'm scared I'll
essence.
steal.
I won't be alone in a room with someone. I'm scared I'll steal their blood. Like,
Oh, really?
what?
That good ad lib. Their blood? So stupid.
Like a vampire.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Or like a
I'm
tick? Like a
scared
tick?
I'll rape. Like, what else would you be scared of? I'm scared I'll murder you. That's why I don't want you sleeping in my bed anymore. I'm
Your
scared
bed?
I'll wake up in the night and murder you.
First of all, you've asked me to sleep in your room a couple of times
Yeah.
lately.
Yeah.
But just to kick me out, I'm sure, because whatever, if I snore.
I felt you needed extra love. You have a hard time accepting love.
Oh, here we go. Let's go. And now it's time to listen to Dr. Bonnie.
Well, you know what I think is cool? Because this podcast, our whole relationship is about you. And
Well, are you nuts?
yeah,
What are we doing today?
Is that about me or that's about us?
80% you, 20% me.
Okay. In any case, I would love it if somebody took the time to understand all my inner workings and and
I understand
psychology.
everything.
Anytime I say anything to you, you go, don't psychoanalyze me.
That's not true. Not any time. Will you quit saying
Okay,
every
okay,
time?
sorry. I didn't know that's a trigger. Most people know when you say stuff like that, it doesn't mean every time.
You just sit there like, with your button down, with your collar
I-
buttoned,
I-
like you're fucking like
No, 'cause
some,
this is
like
what I wore
a
as
doc-
pajamas last night,
No.
and then it was cold, so I put this
She
on.
look like you think you're a doctor. You're dressing like, oh, look at me.
Well,
I'm surprised you don't have a clipboard.
I did
in your
look
hand.
up how to get into Princeton University
Yeah.
as an adult who hasn't been in college in many, many years.
You're really trying to go to Princeton.
I just looked it up to see if there were some courses I could maybe take.
Ugh. Will you just
What?
calm down? Enough with the learning. Jesus, just have fun.
I know, but that seems fun. I wanted to take a course about myths and whatever.
It's a myth that you think you're a doctor.
I'm interested in psychology.
Oh, really?
As all women are. It's a natural state of ours. That's why it's weird that men become therapists. I think it should be illegal, but
Well, I think.
because men don't have a natural
You
ability
kidding me?
for it.
I know. Are you kidding me? I know so much about the human mind.
No, you think you do because you're not smart enough to actually know that you don't. But that's the way most men are, so it's not your fault.
You crazy?
I'm not crazy.
Why do you think I'm good at crowd work? Because I know people.
You're good at crowd work. Were you just mouthing along with me? That's just so weird. What
No.
a glitch of the matrix.
What? I said, why am I good at crowd work?
You're good at crowd work. You
What?
What are you doing?
Nothing.
You're good at crowd work because you are only you. Okay. You think it's like you think you change for the audience. You don't. They must change for you.
What?
And that's why you're good at stand-up. Because you could only be you. That actually makes you great at stand-up, bad at husbanding.
I'm bad at husbanding now. Now I'm a bad husband.
Oh my God.
Well, you're fucking.
Take things personally.
Well, you just say you are bad. You're bad at this, and then you. How do you take that personally? When the key word is you.
Well, it doesn't make you a great husband.
I'm
No,
a.
you're a good husband, but never changing.
Oh, really? I'm the same as 18 years ago.
No, you're worse. You're a lot worse.
You're fucking nuts. You're just crazy. I go to Princeton full time. Why don't you find a school?
I didn't say full time.
Why don't you find a sleepover school,
Oh
college?
my God.
But wait till Raina's 18 before you go to school,
Why?
because you'll both be out of the house.
Then what do you do?
Fucking party.
Hit that hot tub.
Get my hot tub. Get some young broads to come in the hot tub. You'll see like these hot broads of me in the hot tub, like you Hefner.
my
I'll be
God.
like you Hefner.
Yeah, after he died.
Whoa. Well, you're ending strong there. This Saturday I'll be in Staten Island, Uncle Vinny's Comedy Club in Staten Island. Next weekend I'll be in Harrisburg at the Comedy Zone Friday. And am I there?
Oh my God.
Yeah, next weekend at the Comedy Zone.
Are you sure somebody else didn't say it? You just stole it?
No, I don't. Really? Hold on. April. No, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Wait,
boy.
where are we? What's today's day? Oh, that's May. I'm looking at May. Wait, we're in April.
Oh my God, Rich.
Yeah, April 28th and 29th.
Help, someone save me from
April
this.
28th and 29th, Harrisburg Comedy Zone. May 4, 5, and 6, comics at Mohegan Sun. Okay. May 13th, the MS Theater in
Oh my God, this is
Pennsylvania.
the worst. Nobody's coming
I have to find
any of these
Oh, they're
shows.
going to come see me.
Maybe that's why you only have 50 people at that show, because you were like, blah, blah, blah.
No, I'll do it again. April 28th and 29th, Harrisburg Comedy Zone. May 4, 5, and 6, comics, Mohegan Sun. Okay.
There you go.
Then I'm at the Rio in May. A lot of stuff.
I'm
in
going to
Benton.
Colorado
When?
June 2nd and 3rd or something.
Well, I got to book my trip to Austin now.
All right. I'm going to Austin, but I'm going to be at the Creek in the Cave.
When?
I think it's September, second weekend of September.
Oh. We have Skankfest too.
In October.
September.
Oh, it is? Oh, what if I gave her the dates for Skankfest?
Huh? Skankfest is September
28, 29?
28, 29,
okay.
and 30.
Okay.
Listen, thank you for listening. I had a great time on my last trip. Take it easy this week, one night. Chill out, play some golf.
I don't know what.
What?
Why are you farting?
That was the chair, dummy.
The chair's farting?
No, can't you hear it? I don't know if this compression belt helps my back. All right, we're done.
We're done.
La 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 la.
My Wife Hates Me was created and hosted by Rich Voss and Bonnie McFarlane. Executive producers Robert Kelly and Matt Kleinschmidt for the Laugh Button Podcast. Subscribe to the podcast by visiting mywifehatesmepodcast.com.
Suicide pact, he's totally sober. She's not that drunk. He's really old and she's got some spunk. He's totally holy as an asinine bomb, and she's just a little less dumb. She really hates him, it's really true. But somewhere deep down, she loves him too.